You get the message, am I getting through to you?
Check the rhyme, check the rhyme, check the rhyme, check the rhyme.
What more can I say?
Check the rhyme, check the rhyme, check the rhyme, check the rhyme.
What more can I say?
What's good? What's good? It's the Check the Rhyme show. We are live. 10 o'clock. You know where to be at. TheMatrixStudios.com. Happy birthday, belated birthday to Africa Bambaataa. I got a little information I'm going to read off real quick. For those of y'all don't know, we also have some representatives of the Zulu Nation in the house with us tonight. So we're going to talk with them for a bit, see what's going on.
Yeah.
Shout them out. What's good? Let them know who you are.
This is original MC War Flat Top, better known as Mr. K Flat Top.
All
Down
right.
with Universal Zulu Nation, plus with the Gods and Earth. You see my ID?
There we go. See, official.
See him everywhere.
Oh, we don't see everybody with that.
See him everywhere. Close up, yeah. Get the close up on it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's that official Zulu Nation identification. That's what it is. And who you got sitting next to you, brother?
This is
MC Trouble D.
MC Trouble D.
the original MC
Original
Trouble.
MC Trouble D. That's what it
From
is.
the BK.
No doubt. Well, let me get into this real quick before we get into the guest right here. See what's going on with them. Africa Bambaataa, born April 10th, 1960, is an American DJ from the South Bronx, New York, who was instrumental in the early development of hip-hop throughout the 1980s. Africa Bambaataa is one of the three originators of the breakbeat DJing and is respectfully known as the grandfather and godfather of the Amun-Ra of universal hip-hop culture, as well as the father of the electro-funk sound. Through his co-opting of the street gang, the black spades, and the music and culture-oriented universal Zulu Nation. He is responsible for spreading hip-hop culture throughout the world. On September 27, 2007, he was nominated for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. African Bambaataa grew up as Kevin Donovan in the Bronx River Projects with an activist mother and uncle. As a child, he was exposed to the black liberation movements of the era and witnessed debates between his mother and uncle regarding the conflicting ideologies of movements. He was exposed to his mother's extensive and eclectic record collection. Gangs in the area became the law in the absence of law, clearing the turf of drug dealers, assisting with community health programs, and both fighting and partying to keep members and turf. Bambaataa was a founding member of the Bronx River Projects area gang, the Savage Seven. Due to the explosive growth of the gang, it later became known as the Black Spades, and Bambaataa quickly rose to the position of warlord. As warlord, it was his job to build ranks and expand the turf of the Black Spades. Bambaataa was not afraid to cross turfs to forge relationships with other gang members and with other gangs. As a result, the Spades became the biggest gang in the city in terms of both membership and turf. After Bambaataa won an essay contest that earned him a trip to Africa, his worldview shifted. He had seen the movie Zulu and was impressed with the solidarity exhibited by Zulu in that film. During his trip to Africa, the communities he visited inspired him to stop the violence and create a community in his own neighborhood. He changed his name to Africa Bambaataa Assam, adopting the name of Zulu Chief Bambaataa, who led an armed rebellion against the unfair economic practices in the early 20th century. South Africa that can be seen as a precursor to the apartheid movement. He told people that his name was Zulu for the affectionate leader. A young Africa Bambaataa began to think how he could turn this turf building skills to peacemaking. He formed the Bronx River Organization as an alternative to the Black Spades. Inspired by DJ Kool Herc and Cool DJ D, he too began hosting hip-hop parties. He vowed to use hip-hop to draw angry kids out of gangs and form the Universal Zulu Nation. Bambaataa is created with naming hip-hop. Hip-hop was a common phrase used by MCs as part of scat-inspired style of rhyming, and Bambaataa appropriately used it in describing the emergence of emerging culture, which included the four elements: the music of DJs, the lyricism, and the poetry MCs, and the dance of the B-boy and B-girls and graffiti art. In 1982, Bambaataa and his followers, a group of dancers, artists, and DJs went outside the United States on the first hip-hop tour. Bambaataa saw that hip-hop tours would be key to help expand hip-hop and its universal Zulu Nation. In addition, it would help promote the values of hip-hop that he believed are based on peace, unity, love, and having fun. Bambaataa brought peace to the gangs, as many artists and gang members say that hip-hop saved a lot of lives. His influence inspired many overseas artists like French rapper MC Solar. He was a popular DJ in the South Bronx rap scene and became not only known as African Bambaataa, but also known as the Master of Records. He established 2 rap crews, the Jazzy 5, including MCs Master Ice, Mr. Freeze, Master B, Master DEE, and AJ Les. And the second crew referred to as the Soul Sonic Force included Mr. Biggs, Pow Wow, and MCGLOBE. So, yes sir, gotta say it like that. So, as you know, we always are up here, we like to ask people, and we like to talk about what these entertainers, these rappers, these hip-hop artists out here could do for their community. And I don't think there's a better ambassador for what you could do for your community through the use of music hip-hop than Africa Bambaataa. As you can see, he took his time, learned, became an influence, and turned something negative into something extremely positive, and giving birth to this great culture that we have right now that we all need to pay homage to, because he inspired a lot of people. He inspired everyone to do what they're doing right now. So, as far as the Check the Rhyme show goes, we'd like to personally thank Africa Bambaataa for giving us this hip-hop music that we so much love and enjoy, and we are proud to be sponsored by and take part of each and every day of our lives, because music is always something that can connect you through certain parts of your life. And you can always think of good times and bad times, but you know, without music, man, you know, it's the soul of life, in my opinion. This is what gives us, it's what breathes through us, you know, our heartaches and pains, our joys, our sadnesses, our fears, our tears, our love, our hate, you know, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's proper that we pay homage to Africa Bambaataa.